Hello and welcome back. This is Lion King Apathy, and we are here for game number 2 of the basic deck only tournament showcase match. This is, of course, just a sort of pre-match for the tournament so everyone can see exactly what it's all about and why it's so important that you both record videos so that we can do broadcasts like this. If you're able to, it's amazing. If you're not, there's no observer client, so unfortunately we can't really broadcast any of the matches. But let's take a quick look at the decks both players are running. We see ShriekingFox stays with her basic Paladin as it won game number 1. Quadtard moving on to the custom Mage. Very originally named deck. Both of these players running, not so creative names on their decks, but nevertheless, we can take a look at it. 2 Flame Strikes, two of everything in this deck. A little bit of spell power, lots of card draw for Quadtard, some direct damage. Gurubashi Berserkers, so good in Mage, and we'll have to see how this goes for them as we get into game number 2. As like game number 1, we're going to start with ShriekingFox's mulligan on the Paladin, and then we will switch back to Quadtard's position and watch the game from there. So we have ShriekingFox with the Humility, Bluegill Warrior, and Acidic Swamp Ooze. A very strong start. Nice low minions despite, she's got some big stuff in her deck, but a very good start or starting hand for her. Might want to get rid of the Humility. Yeah, it looks like she's going to throw that away. Let's see what she gets. True Silver Champion. Wow, that's a nice mana curve for ShriekingFox. Back to Quadtard's position. Arcane Explosion, Novice Engineer, Fireball, and Cobalt Geomancer. A lot of synergy there with the Cobalt Geomancer and the Arcane Explosion. He's just going to lock it in. Keeps the Fireball right away. I don't know, maybe he could have looked for something else, but then again, Fireball is such a strong card, and it's a reasonably low mana cost. If something big and powerful comes out, you may just want it there for removal. If not, it can really help put the damage on. So we see Quadtard, or ShriekingFox goes first, because Quadtard has the coin, and she'll have to, I don't think there's any available plays in her hand. Nope. She just ends her turn after drawing the Humility that she threw out of her hand. So both players who went first, getting the card they mulliganed out of their hand on the first draw. Not ideal. Quadtard drops the Novice Engineer, draws an Arcane Intellect, so he has his card draw machine going. ShriekingFox, we'll have to see what she decides to play. This Acidic Swamp Ooze, not bad for board position. I mean, it's not going to be able to destroy any weapons from a mage anyway, so the battle cry is a little bit wasted, but getting the 3-2 on the board isn't a bad idea. She could, of course, save the card and just use her hero ability, but unlike last game, Quadtard's going to be able to remove those Stormwind recruits very easily using his own hero ability, or the Novice Engineer that he played on the board. That Novice Engineer is so useful for killing Stormwind recruits. Draws a Flame Strike, Quadtard does, and he's just going to use his hero ability, blast it out of the way, and attack to the face for 1. So nice controlling start for Quadtard. He's kind of easing his way into this, and ShriekingFox draws another. She has another True Silver Champion and the Frostwolf Warlord, so she can get minions on the board. She'll be in a great position. That Frostwolf Warlord's so good in Paladin decks, but we'll have to see what she decides to play here. With 3 mana, there's a lot of options, but not really, because she can't. I mean, you're not going to play a Humility on a Novice Engineer. Its attack has already been reduced to 1, and it looks like she's going to go for that. Yeah, Acidic Swamp Ooze play. Very strong. The Mage hero ability plus a Novice Engineer attack can trade for it very effectively, but Quadtard elects to drop his own Novice Engineer, or his second one, gets even more card draw, and attacks past for 1 damage to the face. So the ball's back in ShriekingFox's court. She draws the Blessing of Kings. Looks like she's going to play it. That is a huge Swamp Ooze, oh my goodness. And just hits to the face with that. Bam! Big shift in tempo, but this is where Quadtard, I was talking about, that Fireball could be useful. Actually drops the Geomancer and does 4, and with the Frostbolt freezes the Swamp Ooze, so he can clean that up next turn at his leisure. Wow, nice play. He's got the Arcane Explosion too, so if ShriekingFox plays minions, they could get cleared out very easily. And we'll have to see. Novice Engineer comes down. What does she draw? Hammer of Wrath, but not enough mana left to use it. We'll just see what looks like she's hovering over that Bluegill Warrior. Decides to drop it. We'll have to see what she attacks. And it looks like she's going to take out that Cobalt Geomancer. Nice decision on that play. Of course, she can't attack with her giant Swamp Ooze because it was frozen from the Frostbolt that Quadtard cast last game. And Quadtard not going to mess around. Pings the or pings down that Swamp Ooze and then drops the Arcane Explosion to wipe the board with another attack from his Engineer. Nice positioning, but Quad Tard, he's still down on health and he doesn't really have that much board advantage. We see he's only got 2 Novice Engineers down on the board. We can see in Shrieking Fox's hand having both Silver or True Silver Champions is not ideal. They don't have that many durability, so getting 2 isn't as bad as getting 2 sort of Justice or something like that, but it's still not ideal, and we'll have to see what she decides to do. Looks like she's actually going to play one of them. I mean, you don't really want to waste your 4-swing weapon on a Novice Engineer, but at the same time, Shrieking Fox really needs to get back some board control so she can drop that Frostwolf Warlord and have it be meaningful. And yeah, so she plays the Silver Hand, or the True Silver Champion, but decides not to attack with it. Wow, there's a good target for the Silver Hand for that weapon now. A big Ogre or Boulder Fist Ogre comes into play. That 6/7 going to be very difficult for her to remove, but with the Hammer of Wrath plus a swing from her weapon, she'll only take 4 damage from attacking it and would be able to remove it plus the card draw. So Shrieking Fox again with options. Of course, Humility, that's a very good target for Humility. We'll have to see if she decides to go for that or not. Remember, Quad Tard drew an early Flame Strike, and we are coming into that Flame Strike range, so we'll have to see what she decides, or what he decides to do. He's got a lot of counterplay available in his hand. Out comes that Hammer of Wrath. It looks like he's going to... Shrieking Fox draws the... Is that Divine Protection? It's the 1 cost to give a Divine Shield to a minion. So, yeah, it looks like Shrieking Fox goes ahead, takes 6 damage to the face. She's still at high health. She still has the Guardian of Kings to be able to heal her. And so she's, just going to do that attack and drop a Silverhand Recruit. Out comes the Gurabashi Berserker, and I'm surprised Quad Tard actually removed the 1/1 token. 1/1 tokens are just so good with the Gurabashi Berserker pumping his attack up. Of course, the Gurabashi Berserker, a 2/7 creature that gains 3 attack every time he takes damage, which, when you attack your opponent's 1/1s, it serves as a dual purpose. You clear their 1/1 and you get more attack. Berserker is very strong in a mage because you can use your hero ability on him to give him extra attack as well. So Shrieking Fox in a lot of trouble, slightly down on health, still has her weapon. So if she may be able to use that in combination with something else to be able to remove that Gurabashi before it gets too strong. Alternatively, she does have the Humility, which would reset its attack back down to 1 whenever she decides to play it. But a lot of options in her hand and not a lot on the board yet. So we'll see what she decides to play. A lot of high cost minions, but yeah, okay. Guardian of Kings comes out, restores 6 health to her hero. Wow, it's like the health never went away, and decides to drop a Divine Shield on the Guardian of Kings. So Divine Shield's not as strong against mage because of their ability to wow, I was going to say their ability to ping it off, but the Polymorph comes down, and that is so good for Quad Tard. That not only removes the Divine Shield and the minion, but it leaves her with a 1/1 token that he can pump up his Gurabashi Berserker on. So really good play from Quad Tard, and that I gotta say he's snowballing this board advantage. The health advantage hasn't gone as in his favor as it could because of the Guardian of Kings, but the board advantage is just snowballing in Quad Tard's favor. Shrieking Fox has to deal with this very quickly. Those Novice Engineers are still on the board. They're still tapping away at Quad Tard's health, or at Shrieking Fox's health, little by little. And of course, the bigger minions now also a threat, going to be attacking not so little by not so little. Bluegill Warrior comes out, and we'll have to see what else she decides to do. Silverhand Recruit, Frostwolf Warlord. Nice combo, gets the 3 minions down and the Frostwolf Warlord while she has the minions alive. Attacks the Gurabashi Berserker first to minimize the amount of damage. Now it's an 8/2, and that's when she trades her 2/1 charge into it. So really nice plays by Shrieking Fox. Brings herself back in. She's got a 6/1 on the board. Unfortunately, in comes that fireball we were talking about early on. That just goodbye 6/1, and the board advantage still in Quad Tard's favor, still tapping away with those Novice Engineers, and the Chillwind Yeti remains on the board. So we'll have to see what Shrieking Fox has left, and of course we can see, even if she plays a big minion, Quad Tard drew his second polymorph. Those golden sheeps, very strong. We'll have to see what Shrieking Fox decides to do. She's got 10 mana, a lot of options, but if she plays the Stormwind champion that really won her the first game, Quadtard, this game has the answer in the form of a sheep. So it looks like I still think this is the right play from Shrieking Fox. You don't expect your opponent to have two sheep in their or two polymorph in their hand, and so yeah, she's gonna drop. Wow, nice turn. So she drops the Stormwind champion, which gets then buffs the Acidic Swamp Ooze, and she reduces the Chillwind's Yeti attack to 1. But Quadtard, with that second polymorph, one attack is all he needs. Actually going to use his hero ability to ping down the sheep, it looks like, and just save the health on his minions. And oh my goodness, he's finally trading. No, he only trades one. Um, only trades one of the novices, which have been around since the start of the game. Rest in peace, he types into chat, as it did finally go down, but he still has one novice on the board, threatening 6 damage. Shrieking Fox's hand is starting to whittle out as well. Remember, Quadtard dropped the Arcane Intellect to keep his hand full. Shrieking Fox has drawn a lot less cards. I can't see from the video how much is left in either of their decks, but I can't imagine it's very much. And with only 2, I mean, she can play everything in her hand, but it's not ideal. It looks like, yeah, nice. Uses her hero ability to get a minion, drops the Shattered Sun Cleric on it so she can buff that up. Remember, 2 of Quadtard's minions only have 1 attack, so it's not going to be the easiest thing for him to trade with. And we'll have to see what else she can decide to play either the True Silver Champion and use that to remove some minions, or she could drop her another Shattered Sun Cleric and maybe buff her current cleric. We'll have to see what she decides to do. Yeah, looks like that's the play. So Shrieking Fox staying in this game. I mean, Quadtard, unfortunately, oh my goodness, he's got double Flame Strikes in his hand. So Shrieking Fox keeps bringing board presence back, but Quadtard way too cost efficient with his cards. He's going to clean that out, and I don't know how Shrieking Fox comes back from this. Arcane Missiles comes down with spell power. That's going to be 4 damage to the face. That leaves Shrieking Fox with 2 health only. What does she draw? It's... Oh, give a minion Divine Shield. That's not going to save her, and it looks like Quadtard is going to even this series up 1-1. Shrieking Fox going to be doing the math right now, trying to figure out. She gets healed by 2, deals 4 damage. Can she do anything here to be able to bring it back? Doesn't look like it. Well played. Let me think. The victory is yours, and she's going to GG out of this game. 1-1, and we'll have to stay tuned for game number 3.